All right, here we are in a beautiful Goleta, California morning, looking at a very nice Survivor is what I'd call this car. 1965 Malibu SS. Very nice car. It's got a neat little story behind it. It's always been a Southern California car. He's got the original license plate frames at the dealership. It was purchased back in the day in 65 or 66, I believe. It was Dick Daly Chevrolet in Carpinteria, California. The gentleman that owns it is a lifetime in the automotive industry, 31 years running an automotive repair shop. Purchased this car about 20 years ago from what was believed to be the original owner. Is that what he was told? Always remained here within 20-30 miles of Goleta, California. It's an original Regal red car with white ivory bucket seat interior. 327 turbo fire, 250 horse with a Rochester carburetor on it. Has a Power Glide automatic transmission. He spent the last 2 years, he waited till he retired from the restoration or from the automotive repair business to take on this restoration. It has the original California black plates on it. He does have a registration back in the 70s on the car from the prior owner. We're going to walk around and kind of give you a feel about the car, and we'll actually take you under the hood and so on and so forth. Very nicely finished. It is an all original metal car. In other words, no panels were replaced during the restoration. It did have some damage to the left front fender here where the previous senior owner didn't know the difference of the gas and the brake at one time. We've seen that before. Nicely done though, very nice. All original floor pans, all original sheet metal on the car, and he did his best to restore it back to original as he could. Down even to just one mirror on the driver's side. Hubcaps have been restored. They're restored hubcaps. They are original hubcaps though. Has Redline BF Goodrich TA radio or BF Goodrich radials on it. I think they're called Silver Towns. Am I correct on that?
Yes, you are.
All right. Owners are often with me while I'm walking around going over their car. But really, this car is just truly a labor of love. If you like nice, honest, original cars, this is one you should certainly look at. We'll do our best to document it. He's kept a full CD log that I'll be taking with me after this, and we'll do a little bit more research and try and cover everything that we can on the car. We actually have rear end differential date codes and the suffix code on the top of the block. Both those fall into the range of the two components, and we'll cross check it against the VIN. We'll go against all that and we'll go from there. We rarely call a car a matching numbers car here anymore because just basically it's just really hard. But I would tell you, this gentleman's owned this car 20 years. He bought it from the original owner, stored it for 20 years, then spent a painstaking restoration documented of the car. So he wanted to keep it correct and original in its presence and its stance. A lot of the original hardware where it could be used was used. You'll see he spent some time on the latches, all the door jam to door jam. The paint on the car is very nice. It's really critical not to overdo these cars. Very nice paint on the car, but not to the level where it's highly overdone, which is perfect. It has the white ivory interior. This is the original console. I spent quite a bit of time interviewing with the owner, going over all the stuff on the car, asking him questions. It has a working radio in it. He did update the clock with a replacement factory style clock. In other words, a reproduction. The clock keeps perfect time. These are the original seats in the car with reproduction interior. You gotta love this white ivory. Seat belts, you look at the detail here. But yeah, I mean, truly the kind of car from a car pro perspective, where it's just nice, honest, solid car with a nice body off restoration. This is the original console, which should kind of give you a idea of the condition of the car. Dash and steering wheel, but everything in the car is stock. It runs and drives like it's supposed to. We'll come around to the other side of the car. Shut the door right here. The gaps and the seams are nice. We're starting to get a little bit of light. Tire size, I didn't cover it anywhere, but This is a 225/70 R14, so it does have factory 14s on it, which is correct. It's a Malibu SS. Data tag decodes it. Is very straight down the side. Pretty car. You know, they're only original once or original style once. You can, a lot of these cars are hot rodded. This is one that was saved from that happening to it. If you wanted to make a little bit of resto mod out of it, you could probably do it, but I don't think I would. It's pretty. If you're dreaming about one of these when you were a kid and you saw it in the showroom, he was trying to emulate a car you would have saw in the showroom, because most dealers would have put their brightest, prettiest color car in the showroom, and this is one of those. Red, white interior, bucket seats, SS, 250 horse. It was a cat's meow at the time. Anyway, walking around, I know I'm rambling along. Sometimes I do that. Love my job. I like doing cars like this because they're just fun. Absolutely no excuses. Let me let you in the back seat here. Plenty of room in the back seat to take the grandkids. Step back, let you see the interior. All new white headliner like it's supposed to be. The carpet's beautiful. Car has about 200 miles on it since you completed it, John?
Yes.
$41,503 or the odometer reading. We know it's been over, so it's 141,503. Obviously, it's been restored 200 miles ago. Radio works. Sure she's down in park here. Look at that. I just turned the key and I didn't even put my foot on the gas. He's got everything working, typical mechanic. Over, make sure everything's just right. See the clock handle ticking away there. Oil pressure's right. Takes these while, the tube radio's a while to warm up.
The fifth vote in that majority has not ruled out some intervention.
Take you back to 1965-66. Fuel gauge reading about 3/4. Oil pressure is good. Temp in the middle, or down low on the normal range. The amp is right in the middle where it's supposed to be. We'll get out and let you hear it run. We'll tell you to hang on to the end of the video. Just like a little kitten. Anyway, this is about where we tell you to get in, but definitely hang on to the end of the video where we're going to have more. Thanks for hanging around. Give us a phone call. No pressure. Anytime, ever. It's always the fun part for me. We're going to spend some time underneath the hood and share the engine compartment with you. Just like the rest of the car, it's very nicely done. A lot of the numbers and all that kind of stuff we'll have at spudsgarage.com. It's believed to be a matching number car. We're going to share numbers with you in the suffix pad and all that kind of stuff at Spuds Garage. We'll share a few here. It's a Turbofire 327, 250 horse with a 4GC Rochester carburetor. It has the fuelie heads on it like it's supposed to. We're not going to pull the valve covers off and show you. The suffix pad is a F1 or I222FF, I believe. I'm looking at it. EE is what it is. Stamped on the suffix pad, and it is the original that was on this block when the gentleman restored the car. It's not been restamped. If you look at the rear end code, we actually have a picture at Spuds Garage 2, which falls within the same date code, which is a 1230. It's a CX 12 bolt standard. Has a Power Glide automatic in it. He has documentation of the restoration in extensive detail, so we'll have all that at Spuds Garage. We're going to take a disc with us here. But he's done everything he could to make sure that it looked totally stock and original. The red paint follows down to where it reaches the floor pan here. But very, very nice level of detail. He had the exhaust manifolds sandblasted. It's painted the correct Chevy orange, so to speak. Has a windshield washer bottle here. But it's a lot of time, about 2 years on the restoration of this car. The engine, the data tag on the car is right here, and we know that the fasteners are not correct, but it is the original data tag. You'll see the factory stamps there. RR is the Regal Red. 792 is the bucket seat ivory interior. There's the original stamps on the firewall. You really can't see them. Very nicely done. Factory power steering car, drum brakes. Anyway, we're thinking you get the idea. Again, we're going to have more photos and everything at Spud's Garage for you to take a better look. Hang on for more. We'll cover video. We're going to cover some documentation. The owner just shared a little story with me. I mentioned that he was a mechanic and ran his own shop for 30 plus years. This particular gentleman, the original owner of the car that he purchased it from, was actually a client of his, and he would service the car all those years and would come into him, and finally when the day came, he purchased the car, and then he stored it for 20 years. And here's all his Kirchhofer, Werner Kirchhofer in Santa Barbara, California. Anyway, the bottom line is he knows the history of the car, and he purchased it from the original owner. But he kept a book here, and he went through decoding all the numbers here. And he's actually, for his assembly, being a good mechanic, he took pictures as he went along to make sure everything went back together like it was supposed to. There's also some assembly manuals that are included with the car, but we wanted to share this with you as part of the video. Again, thanks for coming to Spud's Garage. Hang on to the trunk here with you, man. As far as we know, no metal was replaced on this car during the restoration. All the floor pans are original. It's been Zolo toned, and it was all stripped down to bare metal. It's the original jack, and he did do a spare, a Redline spare, Silvertown radial. All the jack items are underneath here. See underneath the mat here. Very nicely done little restoration on this car. It's clean. He told me he went through the original wiring. It didn't need to be replaced, so it actually has the original wiring in the car. No reproduction wiring in it. Very nice. Show you the seams here on the quarter panel. And over here. Deck lids finished just like the rest of the car, Regal Red. Anyway, we're thinking you get the idea. You're on Spud's Garage YouTube. Make sure you hang on to the end of the video and go to spudsgarage.com. Take a look at the undercarriage, just as nice as the top of the car. It's all original floor pan cars we've talked about. Very nicely done body off restoration where the chassis, every number on the chassis was retrieved during the restoration. And he went to as much detail as he could to get everything exactly how it came off the car, using the same castle nuts on the steering components, so on and so forth. Wherever he could use the original piece of hardware, it was used, like the brake lines. Chassis was finished in a powder coat black. The firewall is finished all the way down to the back. You can see it right there where the red ends. We've had it up on a lift and looked at it. The floor pans are original. We've got the rear differential coat off of it. Has a 12 bolt standard rear differential in it. Factory single exhaust. You look here along the pinch welds, you can see that these rockers are original. It's original California car, original floor pans. Gentleman's took about 3 years to restore this car. I know I'm repeating myself probably, but original California black plate that's on the car. Give you a good feel. The exhaust exits out over here. The single is a factory single exhaust car. There's the 12 bolt right there. Has a power glide automatic. Beautifully done. Like I said, I've had it up on a lift. I don't think I'll use that video because it's just too dark in the shop. We want to give you a good feel of the car. We will have still photos at Spud's Garage where we use flash to cover the car. You can see the red paint where the firewall leads back to the black. All original floor pans. No rust was found on the car during the restoration. Anyway, we appreciate you coming to Spud's Garage. This is a really nice little car. Give us a call, no pressure call. Thanks for hanging on to the end of the video. Go to spudsgarage.com.